welcome to this week's news show. My name is Janae Hoffman, and here's Haley Osborne with a look at the blood drive that occurred this past week.
FCCLA and NHS joined together to put on the 2015 blood drive. The blood drive was held in the choir room on Friday, January 16th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m.
We probably had 90 to 95 come, but only about 62 could give.
Other than saving lives, the blood drive had a positive effect on BHS students.
One big benefit that we got, other than obviously saving lives and helping people out in our nation, was that because we got 62 donors or units of blood, we got a $500 scholarship.
Lexi Segal was a first-time donor. She recommends to all other students that they should give blood too.
If you can handle it, yeah, but not a lot of people can. But it's for a good cause.
The FCCLA Club plans on having a similar blood drive again next year. This has been Haley Osborne from Boone TV, signing off.
Senior, Caitlin Campbell has had the opportunity to give back to the community while also following a passion. I have the story. About 55% of all students play sports in high school, but how many students coach? Caitlin Campbell coaches for the YMCA basketball program. This is Caitlin's third year coaching.
In previous years I've done 5th and 6th grade boys basketball, but this year I'm also doing 4th grade girls basketball, which is kind of a nice change.
Caitlin keeps herself busy with many practices and games throughout the week.
It's kind of a big time commitment. We have practices on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then we have optional practices on Mondays sometimes, and then Saturdays is games.
The basketball coach has some advice for students involved in extra activities outside school hours.
Yeah, for people that, we're almost all involved in like some sort of extracurricular activity, and so for those people I would just suggest don't underestimate the 5 minutes before and towards the end of class, when people just kind of sit down and chat, just like read your book or just do a few questions, and that eventually adds up, and then you have a lot more homework done at the end of the day than you think you did.
This has been Janae Hoffman from Boone TV. Many high school students compete in sports, but sophomore Aaron Castle participates in a sport that is not offered at BHS. Claire Anderson has more on the high-flying gymnast.
You may know Erin Castle or have shared a class with her, but you might not know that she spends over 20 hours of her time a week practicing at Triad Gymnastics. Erin started her gymnastics career early in life and has enjoyed it ever since.
Well, I started competing in 1st grade, so that's 9 years. I go 4 to 4.5 hours a day, so it's usually for 6 days a week, so it's usually 25, 27 hours a week.
This sophomore gymnast enjoys perfecting a skill but finds the mental aspect of the sport challenging.
It's really rewarding when I get a new skill that I've been working really, really hard on. The mental aspect, getting over fears and telling yourself that you can do it.
Because her training facility is in Ankeny, she has to adapt to the shortened school day.
Well, it's been a little tougher this year since we started at 2:15. I leave school at 1, but I get, I don't have a lunch period and I have to take online classes. My parents have told me that it's a priority, that I need to get my homework done before I do anything else.
Erin has realized that putting her phone down and focusing on her schoolwork is helpful.
It's really easy to get distracted with social media and stuff, so I would say turn your phone on do not disturb or just put it away so you can get everything done.
She has set high goals for herself during her high school career.
I really want to make it to nationals and hopefully this summer maybe earn a scholarship to do college gymnastics.
Erin's next competition is the weekend of January 16th in San Antonio, Texas. This has been Claire Anderson for Boone TV.
Looking for something fun to do this winter? Seven Oaks is a place in the Boone area where people in the community can either relax or have high-speed thrills. Nathaniel Brown has the scoop.
If you're looking for something to do outdoors this weekend, Seven Oaks has plenty of snow ready for you to hit the slopes. Let's have a look.
Seven Oaks Recreation offers skiing, snowboarding, and tubing for all ages and is a popular stop for many students. Seven Oaks provides a wide variety of opportunities for the winter enthusiast, from the beginner bunny hill to the terrain park and rail yard. If you're looking to enjoy the snow but don't want to ski or snowboard, grab a tube and head over to the tubing lanes. Tubing is a great choice for all ages. Even with the warm weather, Seven Oaks continues to make snow to keep the slopes fresh to ride. Whether or not you know how to ski or don't have your own equipment, Seven Oaks has you covered.
A lot of people tell us the reason that they haven't tried skiing, snowboarding, or snow tubing is that they don't know how. And Seven Oaks offers free lessons for skiing and snowboarding every day that we're open. And as far as snow tubing goes, it really doesn't take a lot of talent to be able to snow tube, so you just come out and we give you some brief instructions and you're off having a great time.
For more information on the winter activities at Seven Oaks, visit www.sevenoaksrec.com. Now back to the studio.
Boone TV is bringing back movie reviews. Jordan Gustafson got the chance to see American Sniper, and here's his review.
Hi, I'm Austin. And I'm Jordan. And welcome to our weekly review show. This week, we decided to review the movie American Sniper, directed by Clint Eastwood. The movie is about a Navy SEAL, Chris Kyle, who goes through the war and gets severe PTSD.
Now, though this movie has a lot of action scenes, some of its more emotional scenes are the mental state that Chris Kyle, our main character, goes through. Some of the more emotional parts are when he is actually having to decide to snipe a woman or a child who might be threatening his entire force. You can really see him have troubles deciding to pull the trigger or not.
One of my favorite parts of the movie was the very end. It was one of the most emotional parts of the movie. And they did a really good job of making the entire theater feel like they were paying homage to Chris Kyle. I really like this movie, and I'd recommend any of you guys to see it. It's an easy 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10 for sure. It had that Saving Private Ryan feel, and it was just epic in proportion. What are you waiting for? Go and check out one of the best films of the year.
Near where?
I'm stateside.
You're home? What are you doing?
I guess I just needed a minute.
This past week there has been plenty of sports action. Both boys and girls basketball teams competed this week. The boys swim team also took to the pool against Carroll Tigers. Here's the Boone TV sports department with the highlights.
The Tortors were back on the road again last Friday versus the 9-3 Perry Blue Jays. Boone was keeping up with the Blue Jays in the fourth quarter and shutting down their star player, Shamad Ivory, while Ethan Lewis was lighting it up behind the three-point line. The Blue Jays started heating up in the second quarter by adding 15 points, while the Tortors matched their first quarter points with 11. The halftime score was 31-22. Perry's star player Ivory showed up in the third quarter with points left and right. Going into the final quarter, the Doors needed to change something if they wanted to advance their conference record. The Blue Jays ended it in the final quarter, and the Tortors just couldn't keep up. One bright spot for the Tortors was Ethan Lewis racking up his season-high 19 points. The final score was 45-71.
And in other action, the Boone girls had a hard loss against Perry. With the final score, Perry 45 and Boone 39. The Tortor girls bounced back with a victory at Newton, 65-50.
The boys swim team competed against Carroll this past Tuesday. Carroll put up a tough fight, but Boone was able to stay ahead for most of the meet. Cutting time like wood with a buzzsaw, Coach Main was very proud of the team.
The team did really well. We had a lot of guys step up, a lot of guys drop a lot of time that we haven't been seeing some time drops from, so their practices are paying off, and it's good for them to see that their hard work is paying off. We got to improve on being tough at the end of the meet. We got some guys that swimming at the end of the meet, they're tired, but they got to learn how to swim fast. This was a very fast meet. It moved pretty quick, so not a lot of breaks that they got there. So we got to work on finishing our races strong and finishing our meets strong, and we'll be good to go if we improve on those things headed into the conference meet.
Derek Hahn was also very proud of himself, breaking a new personal record.
2 of the times were my 200 free. I was going for breaking 2 minutes, and I ended up going 157.
Boone won the overall meet with 102 points, with Carroll lagging behind with 68. This has been Joey Brooks with Boone TV Sports.
Joey Brooks is back this week to keep you in the know of what's trending.
So, have you heard of this thing called Netflix? Oh, it's only one of the most popular things ever? Some new titles that might be of interest. Classic movie Mean Girls and television show Friends. The 5th season of White Collar and Jack Ryan, Shadow Recruit. Also, some of your favorite shows and movies are going away, like Phineas and Ferb.
How? What the? Who the? Why the? Oh!
No! ESPN's College Game Day was named this past weekend for the huge basketball game between the Iowa State Cyclones and the Kansas Jayhawks. And in case you missed it, Iowa State won. The Cyclones were in control for most of the game and held on to win, 86-81. Many Boone High students and faculty had a chance to be a part of the craziness. You'll always hear that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, so BHS cafeteria staff have decided to make breakfast more accessible by serving from the concession stand in the commons, along with the cafeteria. Many students think this is a fantastic idea. American Sniper opened this past weekend and is receiving a lot of buzz. Here are some reactions from BHS students.
I think it was one of the best movies I've ever seen. It was very good, a lot of action, and makes you think about the USA.
That's it for this week. Check back next week for what's trending.
Thanks for watching. Please stay tuned next week for next week's news show. And now, here's Question of the Week.
Question of the week! Question of the week!
At least I got my phone. In this week's Question of the Week, we asked, what's the first thing you'd take from your house if it caught on fire?
Stanley, my gecko.
I would probably make sure my family's out and grab a spare set of clothes just so if I'm out of my house for a while, I'm good to go.
I would save my inhaler.
I would probably take my dog first, and then if there's time, go back in and get my parents.
I'd take a box of cereal with me so I can have a little snack in the morning.
I would grab my phone charger.
I would probably save my dogs because I love them.
My Macintosh.
I would probably take the money out of under my bed and just take it.
I'd probably save myself because I have a bright future in front of me and I don't want to lose that. So that would be the first thing I save.
Question of the week! Question of the week!